All right, I'm going to show you one of my favorite blends and how I make it. So if there's a diffuser blend that you like to use quite often, you can pre-mix it. So what I'm doing is recycling an old bottle, and I'm going to get the oils I want. So let's have this one, and this one. These three. So this is going to be my top note. So it's going to smell more like this. This is going to be my middle note, and this is going to be my end note. Okay, so I'm going to put, now depending on how you turn the bottle is how fast the oil is going to come out and how, whatever the viscosity is. So if it's a thicker oil like vetiver or myrrh, but if you don't want it to come out so fast, turn it like this and it'll come out slower. Because in the middle there, you see the very middle is the well, but there's a tiny little hole in here somewhere that I can't even see. I try not to touch it, but you can usually find it by rolling it around. I don't even know how many drops that's been, probably like 5, 6, 7. So that's about 25 drops of Mgrain. Alright, so I'm going to do probably about 15 of Peace and Calming 2. The good thing about this is that if I want to add more, or, you know, I can always do it. Okay. A lot of times when making blends, I usually will not mix more than 2 blends together because they're already blends, so sometimes it kind of makes it redundant. But I won't take a blend and mix it with a single. But for this one, it pairs so good together. So my end note is going to be peppermint. Peppermint is so strong that you only need, you know, a few drops. So I did 25, and I'm going to cap this right away because if you don't want to put these on too tight, by the way. Just enough to where it's closed, but if you tighten it too much, you can crack the caps. And secondly, if you don't cap it right away, there's constituents that will come out and evaporate faster than other ones. Like monoterpenes will evaporate faster than other constituents. And so keep it covered, and they also oxidize, so keep them away from the light if you can, you know, the sunlight. All right, so we did 25, 15, so I'm going to do about 5, maybe 6. Now I'm going to use this right away, but I am not going to, so you swirl it. You never need to shake it, but I'm going to want to cap this right away. Well, then I'm working with one hand. Okay, so now this sitting overnight is going to synergize. It's going to make its own oil. And it's going to smell like a little different tomorrow. It's going to smell amazing. But for now, see how much is in there? So I'm just going to kind of swirl it around gently. Now if I wanted to use this, there's no carrier oil in here. I could use this to make a roller bottle. So I could take, you know, one of these, and I could put a few drops in there, add some carrier oil to it. But now this is ready to go, and I'm going to add a few drops to my diffuser. All right, so this is the Desert Mist diffuser. So I'm going to add 4 drops because I am downstairs in the house and I have other diffusers that I like to run. Always make sure that this top is on good, because if not, you'll have water everywhere. Put the second cap on, and now watch this lighting. This is cool. So you get there's a candlelight flicker. That's my favorite one right there. So as that one gets going, Okay, so then I will go, and this is by my front door. So I usually like to run this diffuser, and I'll only put like 1 or 2 drops just so the scent kind of carries out and so my neighbors can smell it. But this one calls for distilled water. It's important to make sure that you put the correct water that your diffuser calls for. All right, so another tip of something that I'll do is I will pour this into like a smaller water bottle and just kind of stick it down there. So right now I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to take the cap back off. I'm just going to add 2 drops. Now this is probably one of my oldest diffusers. And so with this diffuser, if you hold the button down for 3 seconds, the light goes off and it still runs. And then I'll turn it back on. You can also, oh no, just kidding. I was thinking of the dewdrop. Oh, just kidding. But I can turn the light off if I want to. Now, for just aesthetic purposes, sometimes if I have company that's coming over, that needs to be wiped off. But if I have company coming over, what I'll do is I will just put some water in this one and run it. This one calls for either tap water or mineral water, you know, water from the fridge, because it runs better off of minerals. So I've just got some water in there. There's probably a little oily residue left over, and I'm not even going to put any oil in there, and I just let that one run because I think it looks so pretty. All right, guys, that's it. I will talk to you soon.